Hello to those two chosen Power One. What are person one's thoughts and feelings towards person two? Right? You can insert yourself in any of these two, insert other people. You want to know if your man or your woman is cheating on you, micro cheating. You want to know if your father in law hates you. You're going to find out right now. It's going to be separated into three different sections. This first section is describing to me what kind of person spirit views this person to be. Just not even interpreting things intuitively, seeing the 2, the 10, the Hierophant there. I mean, those are all stable cards. They represent that maybe this person's a family man, family woman, very well established in their career and community. You know, if they lack a child and a marriage partner themselves, others in society would deem them as socially acceptable still because they give back to their community. So this person probably volunteers, give their time, money, and resources. If this person is skilled, they give opportunities for other people to have their services for free. Who are at need, they give them discounts for their services. What also makes sense if this person is in nursing or in some kind of medical field, but this is not plastic surgery. This is, I'm a doctor that operates on mind, could be a psychiatrist, counselor, veterinarian. I'm also getting social worker or civil worker. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's a government worker. Apparently getting that all from the Hierophant, because now I'm moving to the Two of Cups in reverse. I'm gonna interpret this platonically and romantically. Pile 1, you are coming out here in the Two of Cups. What makes sense if you both are married or you both are in a relationship? So romantically, this person thinks you're very fucking hot. They're very attracted to you. It's very beautiful that it came out in reverse, because to me this is symbolizing years have gone by and they have, if anything, fallen more in love with you. They are intoxicated with your mind, with your habits. Even if you have Tourette's or if you have autism, a side effect of autism is usually a fixation on a topic, but like for the rest of your life. Maybe they love that about you, or you have OCD. You know, this person just seems to have fallen a lot more in love with you. I will warn, if you're like Naomi, I've only been with this person for like a month. Like, I've only been talking with them for 3 months. If it's been 6 months or less, this is low-key a red flag, because this person falls in love fast, but they can also fall out of love quickly. Because keep in mind, this whole pile is describing to me what kind of person this person is, and spirits are objectively letting me know this. So this person has a habit of that. You can even ask them about their past relationships, and they will be open and honest about this pattern, even if they're not even cognizant of themselves, but I think they are because it's in reverse. In this case, if it's been 6 months or less, they're intoxicated with the beauty. Yes, they find it fascinating. They think you're really hot and attractive, but it's like you're the next best thing for now until something else catches their eye, and then they're gonna wrap it up in a cute little neat bow, whether you like it or not, and just boom, never talk to you again. Now, if this is platonically, this card is representing that you two are soulmates. Maybe in some other past life, y'all was partners. But I really feel like in this life, if this is platonic, both of you are more. Relationships supposed to be 50-50, and most of the time, your 50 is spent in your career and doing whatever you need to do to take care at the house and take care of your bills, whatever. And vice versa with this person. It's rare when y'all come together, but whenever y'all do come together, it feels very, I was gonna say, monotonous. Like all of life's struggles kind of dissipate whenever y'all come together. It's really nice to vent with each other. I don't think you can find any other person that can give you the same advice that this person gives, and vice versa. You both are valuable to each other. In this case, too, y'all have long been friends, soulmates, soul sisters, soul brothers. I don't care whatever term you're gonna use. You will always be there for each other in this life and the next one. It's very, very beautiful. Over here with the imagination card, I'm getting that song. She be coming around the mountain till she comes. She will be coming around the mountain till she comes. It's a little barnyard song or something like that. And person one, right, is who you're asking about and who I am reading. Like, who is this person? The imagination card is person two. How does person one feel about person two? The reason why that song came out, right, is because this could be a third party in your connection. Now, if this is you coming to this reading and asking person two is a business idea, a project, something like non human, then I can see why you're objectively having me embody person two as a personify how they feel towards a particular ideal, how they feel towards marriage, let's say. To be honest, this feels, especially if you come here romantically, you're asking about probably their. I'm not gonna lie, Spirit views it as your person isn't really at all noticing the third party. They could give two shits about them. But you're noticing the third party and you're like, oh, this is like potential for trouble. Oh my gosh, like, let me see. But I'm probably just warning you of what's going to be the outcome. No, this is platonic. Oh well, I'll see how they feel about a second person. With the Ten of Pentacles, person one is planning a surprise for you. They want to make you very happy. With there being many flowers, it feels like in the past they have also offered you very, very different quality flowers. They are building this next flower and they're just so giddy to see your reaction for it. With the Earth card there, they're taking their time to make it, but you should already know that this is their pattern, especially if you've known them for a long time. So this doesn't feel like they're going to backstab you at all. If anything, they're monogamous. They're totally focused on you and your connection, whatever they have to do in their lives. Now, if this is platonic, you already know that you're going to soon be hearing from this person one. So it's like you're kind of preparing until you meet person one. Now, this next section is going to be what is pile one's persons, which is going to be person one, thoughts towards person two. This first section is their thoughts. The second section is going to be their feelings. So how does person one feel towards person two? Well, inevitably, you're still popping up. This is the Virgo card, the Hermit card, and before the Ten of Pentacles, it represented with the Virgo sign, so that's why y'all's connection is coming through. And then this is you. Actually, no, I'm sorry, this is them. Person one, my bad. This is the third party or person two, could even be a non human idea. So, as of recently, with the Hermit in reverse, your person one, has been noticing that you've been distancing yourself from them. You've been keeping quiet about something. They think that you're holding back a secret. It would make sense too if this is platonic. They found out a rumor about you. It seems very debilitating. It could be about mental health. It could be about a loved one passing on. This feels very heavy themes, but this person has yet to reach out and be like, how's you doing? So then now your person is coming up in their thoughts towards person two. I swear to God, at least 73% of their thoughts are about you. It's about, okay, well, I just gotta hold strong for this marriage or for this commitment I have towards Pal One. Be devoted to Pal One. I can't wait to try this and experiment to try to bring up Pal One's mood, or the next time I see them, what can I do to make them forget about their troubles and their worries? They really want to weight off of your shoulders. This person would not buy group voucher thing to get a massage at a massage parlor. Like, they would want to massage you themselves. So wants to put in the hard work that they've always been doing over and over again towards you. So then the Hermit and this card is you, and yeah, person two. I don't know if you're like depressed. They just see like you're kind of out of it. It's not just them that you're dismissing or not checking up on, like at an office job, staring at your screen. Then the time lapse goes on for 2 hours until someone taps you, is like, hey, it's already lunch. Why isn't you out of the office already? And then you're like, oh yeah, They've been noticing little details about you, or they've been hearing about it, but this person sought out information purposefully and they really looked in between the lines to find this out about you. You're not fucking liking posts like, "Ugh, I'm just depressed, I want to end it all." So your person's thoughts about person two, the rest of the 30% of the time, right? Let's say this is their coworker, if they see them person, oh, I hate them. That's not funny. This person may put on adornments to make their beauty elevate. So that could be putting on wigs, getting their eyelashes done, getting their nails done. Look at these nails, like that. Getting piercings that would make them seem, sexier. Even lip injections or tummy tucks. Your person has no issue against those things. It's just did all that to still be ugly. Like, I think this person internally uses this person as like a punching bag because I don't think this person expresses it out loud. If anything, the more that person one sees person two, they're like, yeah, thank God I have part one. Because I could never handle that. I could never. They think that person two can seem beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, they're disgusting. They turn off part one hardcore. Sorry, person one hardcore. And then my tongue started feeling numb right now. That means is that they think that person two speaks ugly. Now, is that racist? Is that because they have an accent? Or is it because this person has a sailor mouth? Okay, sorry if you notice that it changed. It's because my alarm went off, so isn't that great? If you know person two to do this, they could bully people. And that's what makes them disgusting. It's little disgusting quirky habits they have that fucking disgust them. Maybe this could be their coworker because they probably do see them often. Person one specifically, it was brought up even in the first part where it was describing you and them. They love your habits. They love your little quirks. Okay, so now it's coming over here. This is representing how person one thinks that you feel towards them and their connection with you. They think that you think that they're your soulmate too. Now, platonic or romantic, I don't care. Y'all's bond will last the test of time. This is why, even though you're low-key ignoring them, you're giving them the cold shoulder, you need to work through your own mess. So that way you can elevate yourself to like turn up right and be right next to them. You don't want to put that burden on person one. Oh, this is so adorable because that's why person one wants to make a huge surprise gesture towards you. Maybe do a surprise vacation, low-key coordinate with your boss to get you some free time with them. And this is so cute, and just have them love you, like nurture you to health. Like, that's just so cute. Because this is the soulmates card. Look, it's just soulmates card. And that's how they think you feel towards them. That's how y'all's bond is. Like, it just is. You have a knowing about them, they have a knowing about you. And over here, person one, their thoughts towards person two. Clearly, person two is definitely not made for person one at all to be in their lives. Someone else is going to view person two as being beautiful somehow. Quirks are actually hot. They can actually tolerate person two around. I don't know why I'm getting this, but person one assumes or somehow knows that person two is really horrible at sex. This is the best that they're gonna talk about person two, which is, oh yeah, I wish nothing best. I wish the best for nothing best. Did you hear what I said? I wish the best for person two. I'm sure their soulmate too. They definitely haven't found them yet though. But yeah, this good luck with that. Yeah, they don't have anything positive to say about person two. This next section, what is Palwan's person's feelings towards person two? I was getting with the King of Wands that access was denied, but then over here with the Eight of Wands in reverse, access is granted. Person one is coming up as the King of Wands. This is sideways because you don't know about this, but their coworkers would know or their close friends would know. If person 2 keeps on sexually harassing person 1. They're slowly building a case against them so that way whenever they have all the evidence intact, they can sue them. Then on top of that, be able to turn into a restraining order. This person's just done. Like, this person is not trying to fire person 2, they just want to ruin their life. Other than that, if that's not the case, person 2 constantly seeks out person 1, whether that because person 1 is their boss, I don't know. Person 1 actively shirks them off or tells them as someone else. It's very, very brief with them. Very, very brief. Person 1 would tell person 2, you need to only email me about your concerns if you have any questions for me. If you want to talk in person, it's just not acceptable because I'm always busy, but the only person they ever tell that to is person 2. Yeah, and especially if this is in the workplace. Here with the lion, I think that you both have made spicy videos or have sent spicy texts. Person 1 is not even thinking at all about person 2, they're only thinking about you, and then I'm just letting you know they touch themselves to your photos or to the videos that y'all have made. This is their happy, content, blissful place. Like, even with their friends around or even with the other coworkers that they like around, but then whenever pile 2 comes around, it's just like, oh my god, like, this bitch, like, what the fuck does she want? Makes sense why in the last section a lot more cards came out than this one, because your person really doesn't have any feelings towards person 2. That's why they have more thoughts about them, because you was more incorporated in that. With the 8 of Wands, person 1 knows that eventually this connection with person 2 is going to come to a close and they'll never see them again. They don't ever want to hear their name again. They don't ever want to associate with them again. They don't ever want to contact them again. I'm not going to lie, this is a good sign. You know how I told you that if it was 6 months or less, person 1 was like a walking red flag? Well, if you're asking about person 1's ex, which is person 2, someone that you think that person 1 is currently or is eventually going to be romantically interested in, which is person 2, then this person is actually actively choosing to be loyal to you, because this is not the only person they're doing it with everyone. So sorry for putting that bad judgment on them, because this is showing with their feelings that they're actually following through with their actions. But with the Lovers, this is representing a karmic contract between these two, person 1, person 2. With the Gemini, only one person wants to renew it, which is person 2. But over here, this man is about to release himself with a chain. Who is the man? It's the King of Wands, which is person 1, and they're not gonna even bother ever signing karmic contract with them in this life at all. So yeah, very, very interesting reading. To be honest, I expected all these to be messy, but this was actually very healthy. It's good for you for picking a good one, having a good person in your life. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to those who have chosen pile 2. So you are asking me, what are person 1's thoughts and feelings towards person 2? Who is person 1? You will decide. Sorry, I'm over talking because I'm like preparing myself, because I can't stutter. And I will be saying they think that you think, or person 2 thinks that they think, but then sometimes I need to specify, and anyways, I think there's a reason why I'm saying that. I'm getting a little nervous in this energy. I don't know who I'm embodying. Well, this first section you're looking at is describing to me what kind of person 1 is, because I assume person 1 is kind of like the main character of this. They're really nervous. This could be they have an anxiety disorder. For the most part, I don't even think it's that. I think it's maybe some people are just anxious people, or something recently has shooken them up to their core. This whole time I've been channeling this song, and I don't know what it's called, but I'm getting the parts where it's like, angels keep spinning, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Too much is going around this person, and with the Catalyst card, this has to do with their career. What's insane is if they've been in this career for years. It's more than just overstimulation. They're just high strung. I'm not surprised if person 1 is experiencing health issues, migraines, because of all the responsibility that is put on their shoulders. They're doing 3 or 4 people jobs all at once. I guarantee you their employers are not paying them well enough to compensate for that. Not even surprised if this person don't even have medical insurance. Well, here in America, right? In some other countries, it's free healthcare. Oh, this sucks. Something I want to bring up because I yawned is other countries. This one's in Spain. There's something called the siesta, and that's a time to nap, and it's usually around the afternoon time. All the businesses, all the people at home, all the schools participate in the siesta. At this point, it's usually in small towns. I don't know how common it is now, but it still happens where they wake up whatever time they have to wake up, they go to work or they go to school, they do their thing, but at around 12, they're given an hour nap. Want to buy something during that siesta time, everything's gonna be closed. The reason why I'm mentioning that is because this person could really use that. Person one's the type of person to blame every single issue on their job. Reality, this issue has been going on for years because I think this person is pretty well settled into their job. They have horrible habits. That's why. This person is not even a pushover. It's just because of that. They take on too much for their position. Not even surprised. At first, it started off where the corporation set them up with promises, where the corporation was kind of sucking up to them, being like, "Oh wow, thank you so much. Like this all would happen because of you." But as the years gone by, they're starting to incentivize person one less and less and less. Stop giving their thanks, their gratitude towards person one less and less and less. And then now it's really hitting person one. I'm gonna be stuck in this forever. But it's not. It's all in their head, bro. It's all in their head. And I'm not gonna lie, I really think that if they chose to take action on changing up their schedule to be healthy, they really could stop having health issues. I think that their nervous system is so fucked up. In turn, with your nervous system being fucked up, your sleep's gonna get fucked up. Your other relationships are gonna be impacted. Like, what's the point of making all this money? First, in the beginning, I was being kind of nice. I was thinking, well, what if person one is like out in the fields? Or what if they're doing, like hardcore labor, or they're running a small business? Of course they're going to put in the work, but no, this is institutionalized. Even if they helped found the company, it's already been years where they should have already done something about this. Low key, I guarantee you, they're not going to do anything. Like, this is my opinion, though. This is not tarot card. This is my bias. Because I'm seeing a pattern of behavior here that hasn't stopped for years. But yeah, that's how Spirit's viewing them. Now we're moving on over here. This was the Cuddles card, but it's covered by the imagination. At the core of how person one feels towards you, how to, is they know you're a safe place, but they feel like they don't deserve that safe place. Putting a multi-millionaire on the back burner or putting a celebrity on the back burner. They put you on a pedestal, but I swear to God, your pedigree speaks for itself. They know this is facts. This is not them putting you up on a pedestal like you are of that quality, of that caliber. They don't think anytime soon you should tolerate them in your life. So they're coming from the self-deprecating perspective where they're trying to look out for you. So they're already taking actions where they're not contacting you, they're avoiding you. But once again, this has probably been going on for years or for months, right? If this has been recent. So person two is more than likely involved in their business because it's aligning here. Person two is also sideways in the same way as your person is viewing themselves currently in their life. They feel they ever reached out to you, wanted to even catch up with you, pile two, okay, sorry. You would be lowering your caliber or lowering your potential to meet them. They see you as a loyal person. They think you have an undying loyalty and you won't ever let go of the faith and trust you have for them. They think that you both have a strong bond. Odds are you probably do. Because you're probably actively on this person's mind, not like multiple times a day, but for sure like whenever they go to bed, because that's the only time this person has to think for themselves. or whenever they're shitting on the toilet. But anyways, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because person two is what person one perceives as they deserve in their life. They don't deserve someone of high status, high caliber like you because they're not there yet. They think eventually they will be in years to come. But here, person two is currently at person one's level. They feel that person two has undying loyalty towards them. It's stupid to break it off with person two if they're dating. If it's just friendship or something, or just a colleague, it would be an unwise business move or social move to start avoiding person two. But keep in mind that the only way for person one to meet your expectations and be what you deserve is to let go of person two. Let me just remove that. To let go of person two so that way they can become upright and start slowly working on themselves. Currently they're at a point where they don't even have any time in the day to work on themselves. That's on them, on their bad habits. And they low-key know that. They just don't want to think about that. So they throw themselves into work. It isn't just because of you, but they're ignoring the rest of their problems. Like, not just you. They're probably missing family functions. They probably have no dating life, especially if they're dating person two. No, they're not probably. They are just settling for person two because it's just easier settling for whatever's there than to seek out something new, like you. Threshold in reverse is spirit's timeline for them. As of recently, they've had a staunch awakening. It's not even a rude awakening because spirit has sent a version of a tower moment to this person. Now, person one's reputation was not ruined. Person one's relationship was not ruined. No one died. This more has to do with getting a knock on the door. Person one opens the door. The police are there. And the police have a warrant to search their home. So then person one's like, why? What is this for? The cops give them the bare minimum that has to do with a huge lawsuit that has to do with their company. This all ties in with whoever they're working for. Because the rude awakening, or what was it? The staunch awakening, right? Staunch. Because staunch, that has to do with being stubborn. Person one is still even being stubborn when this tower moment is still coming towards them, right? They're still going to be loyal to their job or to their bosses. Still going to be trying to help them hide secrets, let's say. But Spirit's trying to send it to them this way because they have time to get out of it, let go of everyone that's associated, right, with this job and just be alone. Work on themselves alone. Start rebuilding themselves from the ground up. So that way they can be in your life again. They will have to want to work on themselves to think that they could even approach you, even acknowledge them. So yeah, if you don't know this, yeah, this has already happened. Some messy stuff with their company. Don't even be surprised if whoever they're working for is getting shut down. They have to find some other work, some other way to do business or something. They have to change up the whole business model. Kind of sucks. So the second pile is going to be, what is person one's thoughts towards person two? Broad way, I'm getting that person one and person two have a lot of history. Would totally make sense if they've been like best friends. Purification is talking about the beginning of person one and person two's connection. This feels like it started off at work. If not that, this had to start off in a professional setting. Person one was a superior. Person two was the sad little kitty, right? Person one was at first like giving them tips, really good life advice. And person two was just taking what they could learn from person one and just incorporating it. There was no emotional connection. Now, keep in mind, these are person one's thoughts towards person two. This makes sense. They have a history. Now, the next pile is going to ask, what is person one's feelings towards person two? But yeah, just to continue the whole narrative here with the heavy cloak, they had a lot of memories together. Like they started hanging out of work or out of school time, out of class time. And I'm surprised if they would walk each other home or drive each other home. Person one associates person two with being a part of a time in their life when there were no risk taking and business ventures to embark on. Yeah, so probably a young time. But now Magic Maker is talking about person one's family, specifically a mother figure. So probably whenever person one was of age, person one's mother figure was more than likely spiritually inclined, intuitively inclined. That was not the case. They did this ritual where they sent their son or daughter to a tarot reader, a psychic reader, to do an in-depth analysis about their whole life. Either that or the mother did it themselves. I can see how it's two gay guys raising up, so it's all good, whatever fits the narrative. And at a young age, probably in this person's late teens, their mother figure let them know exactly how their life was going to turn out, how it is right now. I think that your person one did not take it seriously. If anything, said, well, I can change fate, which is facts. You can change fate. But still, look what you've become. You could not help but succumb to fate. That must be a big ego blow. So, whenever person one thinks of person two, it's like, yeah, we've had amazing memories, we've known each other since like childhood, but this is mainly what they think about. Probably around 80% of the time, or even more. If they're ever thinking about person two, it always ends up popping up as this prophecy. And now with the Guardian card, that's person one thinking about themselves like, what have I done to be the person I am today? To follow the same fate that I thought that I was changing this whole time. This person probably made a lot of risky negotiations to get to where they're at because they purposefully wanted to avoid this fate, but yet they naturally inclined to follow it. And what this person is starting to come around to realize is the reason why no matter what action they took in this physical world, in their career, in their status, in their money moves, connection making, they was always fated to a depressing fate. I'm sorry, I don't know if I elaborated on it, but it's not great. I already told you how they was feeling already right now. It was just verbatim everything that's going on right now. They're coming around to realize if they had done the inner work, they would have never fallen prey to this fate. And then my voice is starting to crack. To be honest, I feel like breaking down crying. This really humbles them. If you was to ask person one, what are your thoughts towards person two? They would say, oh, I used to know them, blah, 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 blah. Because that's the societally correct answer. If they were to think about them silently in their head, not that person two has no value in their life, it's just, they're just a constant reminder that they're stuck in a standstill, that they haven't grown up, maybe, that they're emotionally or mentally immature. It feels like a hard pill to swallow, but I will say, since the Guardian card is upright and all these cards are upright, it does feel like your person is rational enough to put down their ego and see things for what they are. For a while, they've already been knowing all this. So yeah, this feels very depressing, to be honest. So now this last section is going to be, what is person one's feelings towards person two? And I'm getting that this cat card is attached to the hip to Three of Wands. You're coming up as the cat card, and I think that the Three of Wands is a symbolic representation of the truth. Now, if this person knows that you're spiritual, then it's that. Odds are, I think that they know. What are their feelings towards person two? For the most part, there's absolutely none, because a lot of the reading is being taken over by you, which makes sense because person two is a reminder of being of low caliber in their eyes, right? Which is where they're at right now. You're a representation of leveling up many, many times. So they have to level up so many times to reach your level. So, which is probably a good sign because you're now coming into However, person one feels towards person two because at this point they're probably in motion to letting go of their toxic habits towards their career and also towards person two and also towards other people that are like person two to them. This is the slow, strenuous process. The person is very, very, very stubborn, but they somehow are barely, they're not barely, sorry, in their own way, just day by day, they're taking a step farther from them and a step closer to you. But there needs to be like the Eiffel Tower type of steps, you know? Like how many steps equal up to the Eiffel Tower? That's probably how many days it's gonna take. To be honest, Spirit is telling me to stop insulting person one, so I'll stop. I'm just joking around. Like, I know that. Wait, what does this card mean? You see, it's mischief. Like, it's all about jokes. That's why. I'm just like, like, I'm not really taking it too seriously, but I am technically disrespecting person one's energy, so I apologize for that if that I've also offended you. And with the generosity in reverse, I was getting the phrase, which is what person one is saying about person two, which is probably behind person two's back. Yeah, they gotta go. They've been actively already putting up boundaries with person two. They definitely are not contacting person two. If it's not about business, it's slowly but surely regressing to their barely talking, but it's in reverse because person two still thinks that person one and them still have the same connection that they've always had. But person one is slowly exiting out of it. You know how I said they're taking a step at a time? Every single day, they're just taking a step. They're doing the same thing with them. So before person two even knows it, person one's gonna be out of their life. That's all I have for you. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to those who choose to impale 3. This is going to be separated into 3 different sections. This first section is telling you how does person 1, which is who you want to know, what are their thoughts and feels, right, on person 2. This is describing person 1. And then the next 2 are going to be that person thoughts toward person 2 and that person feeling towards person 2. I'm not gonna lie, I'm already getting a vibe that you're just not gonna like the answer I'm gonna give you in this pick a card, so please just there's a reason why you chose this pile and you need to watch the full thing because spirit wanted you to get a message out of it. So over here, this resilience card in reverse is what you don't know about. You're coming over here as this cat. You could be male presenting, or at the moment, you're really embodying your masculine energy. It's odd because I asked Spirit what are their thoughts and feelings towards a person, but I don't know why you're coming up. Because with these 2 cards, you're a very stable person. You have a stable job. You're reliable to friends, your family. You have a stable home life. And you just look overall unbothered by any negativity or any wrongs that have been done to you. For the most part, it seems like to others, you've let go and forgotten about it. So maybe this is describing y'all's dynamic together, all 3 of y'all, because now this is representing person 2. Low key though, like person 2 seems like your child, or seem like a sibling or a cousin. It definitely seems like a platonic relationship where you're older or where you have higher status, but there's like a huge status difference or a huge age gap. Person 2 is a part of your friend or family circle. It's not showing whether y'all interact or not, whether y'all like each other or not. It's just simply showing that. Then over here with the synchronicity card is showing you want to have a connection with person 1. You think that you two have a lot of similar attributes together. Maybe y'all can even be the same age, have the same type of job. Y'all have a lot of similar characteristics. Could be that y'all are of the same race. You feel like person 1 is a stable option because you're a stable option. You know, it's like a mirror. So it's like I would love to get to know person 1. I don't know what your intentions are with them, but it's showing that you at least have good intentions on your part. But this is the card that you didn't see. It feels like that card is representing secrets that are meant to be kept to themselves. Maybe if this is person one, I was getting person three. So if that resonates with you, person three, so be it. I'm gonna say this is person one, but low key, this feels like person three. And I have no idea. This is like a four-way dynamic at this point because person one has not came up at all. And I'm so confused. Unless you're asking like in first person, how do I feel thoughts towards someone, then maybe this is why it's like this, because this feels confusing. If anything, Loki feels like you're the main character of this. Anyway, so then over here, person three or person one is avoiding you, making sure y'all are not in the same vicinity, and you know it's because they're too scared of your status or of the age difference y'all have. There's a type of social convention that's gonna be broken if you two interact. But you're just like I don't care, like we can just do it. But they're not like you know, and it's so easy for you to see it in that pompous perspective because you're older or you have that money versus them. They don't have anything to bring to the table. Or if this is business wise, it's that they can't meet your expectations. If it's romantic, or I'm really getting this is all platonic to be honest, they feel like you will eventually scold them or tell them that they don't even know what they're doing, like move on to a better option. They would rather you see them in a high light now than for them to ruin it, never have that opportunity again. It feels odd, but it feels more than just that though. Like they are genuinely hiding secrets. But I'm not surprised if you know what they are, if you intuitively sense what they are, because you feel like an intuitive person here with this card. Okay, now this next section is going to be how does person one, what are person one's thoughts towards person two, but person one Loki didn't even come out, so I'm just confused. Person one is being represented here by the King of Pentacles, which once again, this could be you. You could be asking, how do I feel and think? You could be confused how, like, what are your intentions towards them? Because I'm getting the stable vibe again. What is person one's thoughts about person two? Well, they do want to get to know person two. If you even have an inkling person one has romantic interest in person two, then it's true. They're very interested in kind of using their money and status to get ahead in life. But with that in mind, because they have money and status, person one needs to force themselves to develop emotions or a fascination about person two. So it feels like they're forcing an attraction with them. If you know that person one is not romantically interested in person two, then it's just I just genuinely want to meet them. I want to get to know them. Like I like them as a person. I would really want to know what can they bring to the table. And with the three of cups, person one's thoughts towards person two is they would fantasize about scenarios of friends coming together and them all genuinely having fun and creating a bond like that. For some reason, person one can't approach person two alone, or it just won't work out like that. Maybe person two will be too shy. Who knows why? There's no sexual desires. There's really none. It just feels like they want to get to know them as a person for friends. Here with the lovers, the intention of person one is to bond person two in a contract. But it feels like a social contract where even if person two has a bad day or person two has days where they don't want anything to do with person one, they are socially obligated to still interact with person one every single day. Now, does this mean person one wants to lock down person two like that in a romantic situation? I don't know. I'm still interpreting this as platonic and business. But if you have an inkling, because I was getting your intuition is very strong, if you have an inkling that person one is romantically interested in person two, then it's true. If you know if your suspicions are stemming from insecurity, it's not true. If you know that you have seen evidence, or if you have heard witnesses about them two possibly having a liaison, then it's true. But I'm pretty sure this is platonic. So the last section is what is person one's feelings towards person two. So the tower is what the queen is overhearing about. I forgot what the hangman card was supposed to represent. I remember I got a message. The queen of wands is definitely you. Whether you're person one or you're person three, I don't really care. you're showing up in how person one feels towards person two. You have had a lot of fights and disagreements with either person three or person one about the situation. Person one feels it's rude for you to be intruding on their privacy or to be directing them on what to do on this particular topic that y'all keep on disagreeing over and over on. This is showing up in the feelings person one feels towards person two. It's mostly about you. So with the Eight of Swords, they want to did a chapter with you. They want you to amicably agree that you both should let each other go, or you both should create distance from one another, like permanently, because this is not having a break. Because with the Hanged Man, they want to have a new chapter. Before they can have a new chapter, they gotta let go of the old, so that way the new can be able to fit in, which is probably person two. So, do they have any feelings towards person two? Honestly, I don't see any because they're healthily handling this by first they want to let go of any feelings towards you or anything tied with you before they allow themselves to grow feelings towards person two. They're in the works of working things out with person two or wanting to start connection with person two, but they have to make strategic planning before they do that. If anything, they would want to show person two, I'm ready for you. They are taking person two seriously. Sorry you had to hear that if you didn't like that, or maybe you did like that. I don't know. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. This is very confusing. Okay. Have a good day, night. Bye. Hello to those who chose to pop for. Alright, so y'all had quite a bit of cards come out for whoever you were asking about. This first section is going to be on Spirit describing to me what kind of, did I say that right? Anyways, what kind of person one is. So there's going to be person one, which is who you're asking about the thoughts and the feelings towards person two. Okay, so person one could be Hispanic because I'm starting to get the Wapango here with that little cat card. Person one is in their feminine energy or is female presenting. And this is you. This is how they genuinely, objectively view and feel towards you. Because this is from Spirit's perspective, okay? So this is unbiased. But they love you. They adore you. It is so adorable. Like, you should see my face right now. I'm just all smiles. You could look different for them. I'm not surprised if there's a difference between y'all where like she or he is super skinny or fat and then you're just the complete opposite. I don't know if y'all saw that, but this light literally fell down. Don't know if that's a representation of something. At the same time, my tongue started getting numb. So usually whenever my tongue gets numb, it's because it has to do with matters of speaking. So I think y'all actively talk with one another. Not any surprise if y'all spiritually communicate. This feels like telepathy kind of thing. Y'all are an amazing duo. I think society thinks that you both blend together so well. If y'all are romantic, so be it. If y'all are platonic, then so be it. I'm just objectively talking about how y'all feel towards one another. It's so cute. Not surprised if y'all actively post each other on social media, y'all actively party together, spend the night at each other's houses. You are the ride or die, and they feel the exact same way towards you. There's just a mutual connection going on there, and now person two is representing here as the Sun card. So it seems like you are noticing person two, and person two is a very dynamic individual. They have a past to them, but at the end of the day, they're shining bright here. You know, this person two has probably overcame a lot of adversity. You feel like person two is a very special, unique character on their own. So are you, and definitely so is person one. But I can see how Spirit is telling me that you could be feeling insecure about your own individuality compared to person two. Maybe that's why you're asking how person one feels and thinks towards person two. And I'm not gonna lie, person one is not even looking at person two. They probably acknowledge the same things you acknowledge of person two, but but I have power four. Did I call you pile 1 before? I'm sorry if I did. But I have pile 4. Nine of Pentacles is coming up as person 1 in their career. Feels like they're still social climbing. They're trying their best to effectively make the most bread. But they have complete blind faith in spirit and also in you. So I'm not surprised if this person 1 is religious. I keep on taking my glasses off whenever it comes to looking at these 3 cards. I think that's representing literally the blind faith. And on top of that, Spirit wants to let you know God, Source, whatever they believe in, loves and adores them so fucking much. And you are so blessed to have them in your life. Vice versa, because God, Source probably feels the same exact way towards you. And now person 2 pops up again here. I'm getting that person 2 could be male presenting or could be in their masculine energy. With that in mind, that would make sense if you're in your masculine energy because it's like a yin yang thing. Spirits kind of easing your worries because person 2 is not meant to be in person 1's life. They are currently actively in each other's lives, like even in the same like social circles and stuff. Don't be surprised if person 1 ends up naturally distrusting person 2 the longer they get to know them. Even on a friendship level, the bond can't form. 5 Cups is representing the manifestations that person 1 has made and released out to the universe. 2 out of the 5 manifestations are brewing to come into fruition in the next few months. But somehow person 2 aligns with one of these manifestations. I think that's the only reason why. But they're like a passing by person in their life. They're not going to be a main character like how you are. Next section is going to be what is person 1's thoughts towards person 2. I was getting with the Lover's card, you don't see this coming. This is representing person 1's connection with you. What are their thoughts towards person 2? It's probably often filled about you because Sagittarius, maybe they are Sagittarius, right? It's person 1. And then look at all this link up to you, and you're coming up with the Saturn. Person 1's thoughts towards you. You both have been through a lot in y'all's connection. Y'all have not always had it easy with each other. Y'all have had disagreements and fights, but y'all ultimately come back together. Why? Because you both are meant to be. Both are each other's soulmates. Insane synchronicities have happened together between you two where it's like they could not even deny. Even if they were not spiritual or you were not spiritual, y'all cannot deny the connection you'll have together, which is why y'all's bond is so strong. You'll have so much undying love for each other. You don't see the lovers coming because over here the snake is you, the man is them, and this little person here is coming up as person 2. So their thoughts about person 2, honestly, they want to have an affair with them if you both are in a relationship. This is viewing person 2 as just their body. They want to explore their body probably for 2 nights in a row and then dump them and never talk to them or about them ever again. Wow, I did not see this coming. Now, if this is a platonic connection, they want to set person 2 up with you. This is person 1 objectively looking at person 2 and being like, they are exactly all a pile 4's type. They fit all the boxes. So let me try to set them up. This last section is what is person 1's feelings towards person 2. I know you can't see, but this is the 3 of Swords in reverse. Three of Fire in reverse, 4 of Fire in reverse, and this cat card is what you don't see coming. Well, this is definitely a lot of feelings coming up. The 3 of Wands in reverse here. Person 1 and person 2 are actively having an affair. They both probably see it coming where if this passion's gonna fizzle out real quick and then they're gonna get tired of each other's bodies and go their separate ways. So it feels like an amicable hookup. If that's not the case and this is platonic connection, Person one wants to create a by chance meeting between you and person two, so that way they want y'all to be more than friends. They want y'all to like hook up, and then I mean, if you want to hook up, but they want to see the outcome of you two romantically. How's it going to be? Is it going to fizzle out? Is it not? Like, this is kind of their own social experiment. So the Knight of Wands is coming up as person one. For the Four of Cups, this is you, and I'm not surprised if you have children with person one. With that in mind, person one sees you as the ultimate marriage partner. They think that you're the one for them. There's no one else that could be perfect for them. They can't ever get enough of your body, your mind, your spirit. They love you so deeply on a spiritual and physical level. They can't ever get enough. They're never satiated. There's always more to learn about you, or you always bring more to the table. Whether it's adversity, whether it's positivity, they're more than willing to move mountains to reach where you're at. And the King of Swords is showing up as the person two. Once again, person one's feelings towards person two is that they have a hot body. Odds are person two loves three ways, is more suited towards a polyamorous relationship where that's the kind of things that they assume would satiate person two. How does person one feel towards person two? It feels the magnetism, the draw that person one and person two first had with each other when they first started out this affair. Because I'm first viewing this as romantic, okay? It's already fizzled out, definitely on person one side. But I think it's also on person two side. I think they're both mutually just done with each other. It's not sparkly and new anymore. Instead of person one looking at person two's ass or boobs, what they have packing, they're just thinking like, ugh, look at person two's mole. Did no one else smell person two's breath whenever they was just talking to us right now? Or, like little stuff is just like, ugh. Person one can still objectively see them at four for a body. There's absolutely no emotional attachment there. Now, if this is platonic, person one thinks that you're very busy, but you have a lot of love to give. You have a really good balance relationship with your work, with your friendships. You have very good, clear boundaries. So, person one thinks, well, all you pop for is missing a soulmate, another soulmate, like a partner, but someone to actually love you. I'm just letting you know, person one is not at all, even if this is platonic, person one is not at all interested in person two. Why? Person two is not their type. Honestly, they're low-key like they would gag at the thought of even flirting with person two or person two flirting with them. It feels like person one still don't got a connection with King of Swords, which is person two. So how am I going to strategically plan this meeting? Should I even introduce myself to the King of Swords? Should I lure in the King of Swords subliminally to the Four of Cups, which is you? They're still in the planning stages, which makes sense because the Three of Swords, the Three of Fire was in reverse. I did get that the King of Cups was you and you were not satisfied. So the snake is you looking at the King, which is probably them. Person one knows that you know something is up or you have found out about the affair. It seems under like passive aggressive things to let person one know that you know. You're just completely silent. And in that case, person one thinks that you're planning on leaving them, but they're confident that they can reel you back in again because you both are made for each other. That's how they see it. Or you both somehow synchronistically come back together. There's always somehow a by chance meeting between you two. The universe wants y'all together. However, if this is platonic, if anything, person one feels you have no idea what they have planning. You may ask questions about certain things, but you didn't look too much into it to where you could have found out more about this plan. So they're just like, oh, I got lucky. So now at this point too, they're asking other friends about the King of Swords and how to link y'all together. And what you don't see coming here, this cat card is actually you. You're gonna find out. Like, you're gonna actually catch them in the act. You're gonna somehow overhear person one talking about this plan with someone else, like everything. You're gonna find out all the details. Or maybe this could be you spiritually, psychically gleaning all this information. Now this leaves you with the Four of Wands, questioning your trust with person one. This is all about trust. That is what any relationship is built off of. It's like, why is they deciding to keep secrets from me? Person one had all this time to let me know about this plan or about this affair, but yet they were not honest enough to come forth to me, decide to work on it, because I really feel you would have no animosity towards person one if they just came clean about it in the first place. But you had to find out from someone else. So there in the intuition card is you feeling confused. At the same time, this is how person one is thinking that you're feeling towards them. The now and the intuition reverse, it's leaving you confused. You need to distance yourself from person one to clear your head on find your own truth in the situation. Is your truth to work it out together with person one? Is your truth to, if this is platonic, be like, okay, I should be open about person two. I guess I'll try them out. But this is you being conflicted for days about it. I'm not gonna lie, person one seems very confident that you both will still be together. That's all I had for you. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. The odds are you're not gonna want to like this because this low-key feels like a cheating situation. So, sorry about that. Bye. You chose Sample 5. So you came to this reading to find out how does person one feel and think towards person two. First section is this, which is spirit describing to me what kind of person person one is. Next section is what does person one think about person two? What are their thoughts? And now the second pile is different from the rest of the pick of cards because I was intuitively drawn to change the last pile to spirit's message for you on how to deal with the connection with person one and person two. I'm to channel to say that you're already bored and or exhausted. With the magician, you're coming up here and how spirit's supposed to describe this person, so maybe this person already has an inkling of this. You're starting up this connection with person one over and over again. Are you trying different ways? If this is business partners, you've been trying different ideas with them and nothing ever seems to jive or click. You're just about to exit out of the situation. You're just tired. That's what your intentions are. That's what you want to do. But I think that you still have a soul contract to fulfill with person one. That's why you're still here. Person one's coming up here with the Five of Pentacles. They're a very hard worker. Not surprised if they have a good social status. Spirit views this as mutual. You know how I said you want to leave? The Four of Cups linking with person one. They're also tired. They want to give up on this connection too, but they still feel forced to be in it. Maybe y'all are in a contract that just forces you all to interact. Death card is still talking about person one. They want to move on to other options. They're actively on dating apps, specifically Tinder. They just want to hurry up and move on with their lives. Ten of Swords, that's a karmic contract coming to completion, a karmic situation coming to completion. This is what they really want and desire with you. They don't care if you agree with this or not, but it looks like you are mutually agreeing with this. Yeah, it just feels like a dead relationship. So now this next section is what is person one's thoughts towards person two? So I assume this cat card is representing you because with the Nine of Wands, the message I got was that is what you're overhearing. The Emperor is what you're trying to avoid. Person one's thoughts about person two. I will say what they think about themselves here with the Ace of Swords. They're depressed and they need to find an outlet, other stimulating things to get them out of this depression. Now, is they depressed because they have to leave you? I don't know. something bad has happened to them and that's what's triggered this whole thing. I don't know. Queen of Wands is showing up as person two. Person one sees person two as a viable opportunity to get to know them and to stimulate them, hopefully bring them to baseline. This does feel like a codependent behavior. Not surprised that person one has had previous codependent issues in y'all's connection together. Because person one is, to be honest, they're depressed. They should be receiving help for that. They have a low libido, so that's why they're just looking for things that platonically can stimulate them and mentally bring them to happiness and peace. Over here, with this cat card, you're showing up as a very intuitive and smart individual. You're very good at discerning. I think you know the in and outs of this person, the in and outs of this whole situation, and you're correct. I'm not surprised if you did a little bit of spying or a little bit of snooping, and you have come to honestly almost all your corrections are almost entirely spot on. And with the Knight of Wands, this is what you've heard so far about person two and their connection with person one. You think that person two is a hot young thing person one is captivated by. Person one is immature because person one has already had tendencies to, I forgot what it's called, but like moth to a flame. So they're the moth, and then the flame is other young women or men. Person one is the type of person to have an affair one time and then go to you, especially if y'all are in a connection, and be like, oh my gosh, what have I done? I'm so sorry. I slept with this. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. They just, but then they do it again and again, and it's like sparsely, but still, they have no control over their wand energy. That's why with these swords, like, you feel like they're just all talk. There's no action to show loyalty towards you. Now, if this is a platonic connection, you're starting to notice that this person's habitual pattern of cheating on their significant other is a telling of what kind of person one is, and that's why you're double guessing your friendship with them. Because you're just starting to see them as an immature, shady person. Like, is this the kind of person I want in my life? With the Emperor card, this is what you're trying to avoid. You know this is the truth, but you're choosing to focus over here, which is on what I was analyzing. But this aligns with person one's truth. It's the final talk to sum things up and then bring this connection to a close. Because person one, whenever they think about person two, they just genuinely want to get to know them. It's just platonically, honestly. Unless they have a pattern of behavior, you would know that they're just full of shit. But if this is not a pattern of behavior, it's just they're trying to find things to just provoke something inside them. And then here with the Emperor, they want to have a final talk with you and just be like, you know, we've came a long way. I've seen you grow and mature. You've seen me grow and mature, and just feels like we have to end it here. And I'll always be here for you, blah, 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 you know. With the Chariot card, person one thinks it's about time they settle down with a new partner or find someone else. They know that by continuing forth with this mindset, with the King of Swords, they're going to lose you. And as the days go by, they're more and more willing to take this risk. But it looks like they have yet to still take action on this. So yeah, they're going to have to lose you as an option. So it looks like they're coming to terms to accept that you both are just not meant for each other, or you both are not meant to be in each other's lives. This last section is Spirit's message, or probably advice for you on how to deal with the connection between person one and person two. Spirit sees you at this as this cat card. You have a lot of wisdom. You're very strong in the spiritual arts. You know what you're doing. You're wise beyond your years. This is how Spirit's viewing your person. Spirit's telling you that they know that your person, which is person one, I mean, is young, naive soul, and they have a lot of lessons to work through. You both are not compatible in this life because you both are on different journeys to learn about different parts of yourselves. But it feels like you already know this, so I must be just reaffirming things for you. I was getting the intuitive message here with the adventure in reverse that you know this is going to happen. Ace of Pentacles, you're meant to move on and grow from this situation and reap the rewards for not having this person in your life. They're going to give you something else to replace them, whether that be an opportunity, a person. But this is a big life lesson you're learning by letting this person go physically and socially, like admitting that you let this person go. You know, and Spirit's confirming to you as you're growing and prospering on your own, having a new day for yourself, you're having your own independence, not being codependent on this person or even thinking about this person, right? As you get over them, you're going to see this person one's tendencies, flighty tendencies where they can't commit. They're off and on with the person. Not surprised if they never settle down. Or if you find out that they do settle down, you don't even have to ask. Like, this is not even you acquiring information. Information gets told to you that person one's constantly cheating on them. Good for you for dodging a red flag, and good luck with all this, okay? Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye!